Welcome back to ERL's GT Elite Series, round 3 at Interlagos. This is the sprint race, 21 laps. We have 13 drivers and the top 7 will be advancing this week. Qualifying should start very shortly and we'll be underway. I have to apologise in advance as well. I've got a bit of a cold if I sound even more mumbly than normal. Got a bit of racing in practice here. If we need to know why quali's been delayed, it's because Shippo's having a bit of fun. So Interlagos is a lot shorter of a track than what we've done in the last 2 rounds. Sort of looking at a 1 minute 30-ish lap time, hence the slightly more laps. Classic F1 track, and also was ERL F1 race on Monday, so it fits in quite nicely to the other calendar. So we have our usual crop of drivers. I think Dad and Isaiah, or Stade Mantis at the moment, won't be able to advance to the feature race due to not being able to commit to the full hour. So whilst the top 7 will advance, it will be, if they're in the top 7, that'll be pushed down to 8th and 9th. So we have Filthy back, who missed out last week, but he has got a qualifying ban, so he'll be starting from the back. So I mean, we know that he's quick. He was quick around Bathurst, so he'll be one to watch as he comes through the field. Max, I don't think Max has raced with us yet. I know Max has. This is a different Max. We have lots of Maxes, but again, so far throughout the practice rounds, he's been doing okay. Been going well. So with no qualifying as well, and with just Filthy behind, there's a good chance with the high amount of numbers that can get through. I was on the pits. Stevo's back from missing last week, and I think he'll have something to prove this week. So another one to keep an eye out for. And Jay, another one who missed out last week. I know from the talks in Discord, he's not exactly thrilled about running this track, but we can't count him out. Alright, so we'll get everyone in, and then we'll get to qualifying. So 5 minutes should get you around 3 laps. You might struggle if you're sort of the last to leave the pits. Also got Panda in here as well, who put on a great show in the feature race last week, managed to get into 3rd. So let's see what he's got around Interlagos. So there's no chance of rain around this track, but being in Brazil, it can get very hot. At the minute it looks quite cloudy, and unfortunately it doesn't show the temperature of the track for some reason in the lobbies, but it will affect the tyre wear throughout the race. I think we're just waiting for Bongo to ready up. Whilst we wait for quality to start, we'll sit on a lap with Apex. So through the centre S's, being careful not to take too much curb. It's okay whilst you've got tyres, once they're gone that will be very slippy. Oh, my quality started. Let's see who gets out first then. Steve out first. Another key thing about this track for qualifying is the second sector's quite technical. There's a couple of different lines you can take. So having the clear air in front at least means you're not going to be holding anyone up, worried about a dive or anything like that. Steve-O back in his Golf McLaren. Hopefully we get a few more overtakes today than we did in the F1. I think it was lap 54, this is the first overtake in Monaco. I think also this track has the most overtakes in the last season of the F1. Most of them are going to be into turn 1. Middle sector's a bit difficult, and then down the back straight. Really optimising all the track here, running all over the curbs. Crucial to get a good exit down onto this straight, which looks like he has done. And Bongo close enough to potentially get a little bit of slipstream off him as well. So down the start finish straight, that's not quite straight. Here we go on a first time lap with Steve-O. Through the centre S's. This turn 4 is one I always struggle with. He manages to do that lovely. Up the hill to the double right hander. Again, I don't know all the corner names. If you feel like putting them in the comments, feel free. Coming in towards a very slow hairpin. Into the long sweeping left before the final corner. Onto the back straight, and we'll have a look how the grid forms up and then jump around the pack a little bit, see how everyone's getting on. Hug the left, shortest possible route, 31.3. Bongo just behind, 16 hundredths behind. Gloss 32 hundredths behind that. Down on a 31.2. Panda 31 dead, exactly. I feel like that just by having the 3 zeros, that warrants him to be there. Beautifully neat lap. Who else have we got? Apex slotting in 6th. Again, another 31.3. Very close qualifying here between these. Wow. Between 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Highfield 31.8, but there is a lot of traffic coming up this hill. I think this is where I'd probably be thinking about backing out to fight another day. Again, another really close qualifying. We've got Isaiah 25 hundredths behind, Max behind 3/10, then Charger, then Jay, then Momo, then Shippo, who's just coming around on his first timed lap, which is probably a smart thing to do to give himself a bit of space. Just about to start crossing the line again, which I think will be Steve-O first. Nope, Steve-O's crashed. Bongo first. Does he improve? No. But good consistency, 6 thousandths down. Dad, he improves again by a tenth. Didn't quite, so I don't think Glass improved on that lap. Apex takes pole with a 30.8. Provisional pole, should I say. Panda's crashed Max with a 1 second penalty. Don't know if there might have been a little bit of contact there. Glass will be looking to improve here from P6. I think Highfield definitely got stuck in some traffic. Not sure what's happened with Max. Shippo only managed to get the 1 lap in by the looks of it, but still a respectable time of a 32. If we switch to the people that are about to cross the line, it's Bongo around the final corner. Don't think this is an improvement. Hugging the left hand side. And it's Dad. Does he improve? No. Glass. Again, no. Isaiah in the Viper. No. And I think that is the end of qualifying. Yep, so this is how our grid lines up on our pole sitter. Apex in the McLaren. Well, I don't think he was that confident coming into this race, but I know he'll be happy with that. 130.8. And something must have changed over the course of the season, because our pole last year was a 31.0. So we've overall got a hell of a lot faster, or this track's just become a little bit easier. Well done to Apex. Panda 1/10 behind in the Ferrari. Dad another 10th behind in the Merc. Then we've got Steve-O 2/10 behind. Captain Bongo 1600ths behind. Glass Boss 3200ths behind. A little bit of a gap, half a second between Highfield, which again I think that's traffic. Isaiah 2500ths behind him. 3/10 gap to Max. A 10th and a half to Charger, which I think he'll be impressed with that. Qualifying time. He's had a bit of a rough first few races, but I think he'll be okay with that. I think it's then Jay, Shippo, Momo, and then Filthy starting from the back. Yep, so there's your grid. I hope everyone keeps it on the track. And there's no incidents. 21 laps, quite a while. Definitely be at least a one. Everyone will be stopping at least once to do all them laps. So we see how well people can manage their tyres, if an undercut will work. Not getting stuck in traffic, especially being in that Sector 2 area where it's a little bit difficult to overtake. And yeah, let's see what happens. Right then, here we go. So, and one thing that Apex will know is that McLaren does not launch the best. We're off. Instantly, the Ferrari making up a position into turn one. A lot of cars coming down here. Let's just keep it clean. So, Panda leading after turn 1 and 2. Dad in P3, Steve-O P4. Heiffel's made up some positions back up to P5 with Gloss right on his tail. Good racing there. So, as I said, this is quite a close field. I expect this to be a very tight pack of racing. Apex managed to make the move again back past Panda. Panda going the long way around, leaving a gap for Dad. Oh, managed to save that. I thought he'd lose that then. So from a tyre point of view, Apex on softs, Panda on softs, Dad on mediums. So if he can keep in touch with his front pack, especially through that middle sector, he'll have I would expect a good extra couple of laps in them tyres to try and build a bit more of a gap. Hope that Apex and Panda can come out in some traffic. Steve on mediums, Highfield started softs, and Bongo on mediums as your top 6. Gloss is on softs, Jay's on mediums, Chargers on mediums, Isaiah's on mediums. Filthy already making up positions from the back into 11th position. So I'd say top 7 go through, but realistically if you're in the top 9, remember the chance at the moment that would be Dad. So Dad won't be doing the feature race, so that's one spot, so that would be P8 would advance, which would be Jay at the moment. And then you have Momo and Max on the back. Get back to the battle at the front. Still really, really close. I think if we get a little bit of an onboard from Steve-O's point of view. Crucial for Steve-O to stay into that slipstream of that Merc, because it's not the fastest car in a straight line. And that Jag behind it definitely is. See if Highfield can close this gap. It's 3 tenths at the moment. Even in the slipstream of the Merc, that McLaren's struggling a little bit. Highfield will be hoping for a good result this week. He's had a couple of difficult races, has been adapting to his wheel. He's got a bit of a run here. I think he might have just given him a little bump then. The more fighting that goes on between these two as well will bring Gloss and Bongo even closer. The field is so tight at the moment. Looks down the inside, puts his nose in there, doesn't quite make it stick. But he is even closer now coming down to this this long straight, but he does have Glassmoss behind him in the Corvette. Another very quick car in a straight line. Panda's just starting to edge out a bit of a gap to Apex as well. And same with Dad to Steve-O. So this is your battle at the moment, your battle for 4th. think that'll be a penalty for Highfield. Maybe a little bit too late on the brakes. He's lost a few good handful of positions there as well. Just Filthy making positions again, up to 8th. So at the moment, he would advance into the feature race. Stevo lost out big time there. He's lost out to Bongo and to... Oh no, Highfield was the biggest loser out of that one, lost 2 positions. But it has allowed Glass into 4th, and he has managed to build a 2nd already to Stevo. That's the problem. The softs around here are definitely a lot quicker, but if you get stuck in that traffic, you'll just be burning them up. This battle's still going on there for 5th place at the moment. This time it's Bongo on the bumper of Stevo. Ooh, bit deep from Stevo. Kind of prevented Bongo from turning in there. Bongo doing a good job of maintaining his tyres though. That Porsche can be a little bit heavy on its tyre wear. In his nice shiny distracting chrome car. Hurts my eyes watching it. Maybe that was his game plan all along, getting everyone's mirrors. Just Filthy now, only 7/10 behind Highfield. Also on the mediums. Oh, Bongo deep. Both Highfield and Bongo had to adjust their line for that one, but that's brought Filthy right into it with better run than them both. Highfield's gone defensive. Are they going to try and go 3 wide? No. Bongo looks for the switch. Elbows out, but makes it work. Just join back with our leader for a second. 2 seconds between himself and 2.5 seconds between himself and Apex at the moment. So he's built a nice comfortable lead, however the tyres are considerably worse, so maybe Apex can claw back a bit of time over the next lap or so. And if Panda pits before him and gets stuck in some of this slower traffic, not that there is much slower traffic at the moment, Apex can capitalise on that. Gloss Boss 2.5 seconds again to Apex. He's managed to pull another 6/10 on Dad over the last couple of laps. The front 5 are pretty spread out, however Highfield now 1/2 second clear of Bongo, but again a little bit deep. Just Filthy managed to make it past Bongo. Oh, did Bongo have an incident? He's got damage. Dropped down to 12th place. We're only a third of the way through this race, so it's not over. But being on the mediums and wanting to run long, that might hamper his strategy a little bit. Shippo on the hard tyre. I think he's had an incident on lap 5, which I think has caused him to pit. Yeah, so Shippo's already pit. He's on the hard, trying to make it to the end. Not quite sure if that will work out for him, depending on what lap times he can do. He has got a lot of free air at the moment, so he's not battling anyone. I think you lose roughly about 26 seconds to a pit stop, so he should be around, probably around 12th by the time Bongo's repaired his damage. So there we go, as I said, Panda in, Apex and Gloss, both with better tyres. Dad with the mediums, the Dad looking to go really long into this race. That's the Ferrari's biggest downfall, is it's just its tyre wear. Its tyre wear is pretty heavy. So the gap between Gloss and Apex is still at around 2 seconds. Similar gap between Gloss and Dad as well. So no one's making any major M-roads at the front. Probably all due to tyre wear. We do now have Filthy managed to get past Highfield though. Again, being on the medium tyres as well with Filthy, he's not got to worry too much about the deg as of yet. Highfield's tyre is probably good for one more lap if he wants to really push it. Filthy with a 2-second penalty. That will cost him so much time. The penalty zone on this track is right at the beginning of the final straight. So I know that we say this most weeks, but you lose 2 seconds in terms of not accelerating, but the momentum lost down that straight there. I don't think he's at danger from Jay being 6 seconds behind, but it will definitely drop him past Highfield and into the clutches of the BMW that Jay's driving at least. So it looks like the gap between Apex and Gloss has come down ever so slightly. Gloss with the worst tyre wear, and that probably explains why the gap between him and Dad has also dropped. So let's see who pits. So Apex carries on for another lap. Gloss goes in. So let's see where that brings him out to the likes of Panda. Charger in on the mediums, which was pretty early, but there has been a lot of battles going on, so that could have ate up his tyres a little bit. So Gloss filters out behind Isaiah, 5 seconds behind. Isaiah yet to pit on the medium, so you'd expect another lap or so out of him. Highfield managed to get past Just Filthy again, but he has no front right tyre at all. So he'll, well, I say he should be in this lap, but with what we saw last week, might want to continue depending on how much time he's losing, but he's like losing 2 seconds to his personal fastest lap. So Apex is in now. Highfield's in. Just Filthy in 4th place with another good couple of laps to go in his mediums. To the top 3 now, all on the medium tyres, all yet to pit. Top 4, Panda back up into P5, but again, 17 seconds off the lead, which is enough where he should overhaul Dad after Dad does dive into the pits. But Panda's come back out of the softs. Now he pitted 2 laps ago, so if he's pitted 2 laps ago and come out on softs, I would imagine that them tyres are going to struggle or be very, very worn by the time it comes to the end of the race. So Apex filtered in back in front of Gloss. Gloss is closer than he was on the fresher tyres. Apex again come back out on softs, but with the lower fuel and the way that that car can save its tyres, that might be okay to the end. Highfield's doing a double soft run as well. Again, he managed to do get on the end of lap 10, so with a little bit less fuel, he should be able to make it. Charger on mediums, Bongo right on his tail. Again on fresh mediums. Stick with this battle for a little bit. Bit squirrely on the exit there from Charger. There is a tailwind down this straight, which is going to dampen the slipstream effect a little bit, which might be why people are struggling to catch. Side by side. Charger a little bit later on the brakes, but doesn't make it stick around the outside. So that's Bongo back into P11. Shippo in P13, 7 seconds to Charger. I think the hard strategy might have been viable as a no stop potentially, but losing the 20 seconds in the pit, that's going to hurt. The 2 of our top runners are in. Steve-O, Jay, Apex and Gloss getting back past. The only one yet to pit at the front now is Dad, who's done quite a good job of managing his tyres, to be fair. Just Filthy onto softs, who's going to attack for the final stint. Apex just pulling away ever so slightly from Gloss, and I think that'll be the with a tyre advantage, but that should come back to Gloss towards the end of the race, as long as he not lose too much time to him. Steve-O out of mediums again. So just playing it cautious, don't want to get too much tyre wear. Dad's pulled in now. Highfield 2 seconds behind on soft, so keep an eye on that gap. Another 2 seconds to Filthy as well. So let's see where Panda comes out past Dad. How many seconds the gap? So 12 seconds to the gap. I think he'll struggle to catch all that up, but Panda's tyres will definitely be in a very bad state by the end of this race. Again, I apologise for the sniffling if you can hear any. I've managed to pick up a bit of a cold. Highfield already took a second out of Steve-O in front. Just Filthy's managed to take a second out of Highfield as well. Let's have a look for our closest battles on the track then. I think it's going to have to be these three. At the moment, fighting for P5. All within slipstream of each other as well. Highfield actually purple into sector 1. Or out of sector 1. Just need to stay close enough to go for a move down the straight, or is Highfield going to throw his nose into one of these sweeping corners? Oh, it's right on his bumper there. This is the advantage of less fuel and nice soft tyres does over the mediums. Don't think you'll get much advantage over the mediums until sort of at least another 3 or 4 laps, when the softs are really starting to struggle. Let's go on board with Highfield, see if we can catch up to this McLaren. Panda's pitted again, doing an all soft 2-stop strategy. Now this is going to put him quite far. Wow, it's going to put him 8th. Steve-O deep. Drag race to the next corner. That Jag is definitely the quicker car. Bit of elbows out there by Steve-O. Highfield just dropping onto the rumble strips, losing a bit of momentum and letting Filthy through. Strong defending, that's what that's called. So Panda's 6 seconds behind this battle, so he's still in the promotion places, as is Jay at the moment, because Dad's P3. whilst these guys are battling, Panda's going to catch up more and more. Again, he's 17 seconds to the lead at the minute, so it'll be a struggle to catch that up in the 5 laps that he's got left. But nothing's impossible, I suppose. Filthy make this move work. GTR v McLaren. Light on the brakes by Filthy. Still on soft, still on the fresher tyre. Is he going to try around the outside? No, Steve-O very awkwardly just sort of puts it in the middle of the road. Again, whilst they're battling, Highfield's catching up. We also have a battle in front of us with Dad and Glass. So Dad's just managed to make that move. Again, I think this is a tyre advantage. Fresh softs, warm mediums. Steve-O right on the bump. Filthy right on the bumper of Steve-O now though. It's weird, as soon as that GTR seems to switch to 6th, it just seems to stop pulling. Oh, that's very deep by Steve-O. Manages to maintain the place though. But again, that 8th, 10th gap that they had to Highfield is now back down to 2.5. Filthy needs to get this move done if he wants to break away from Highfield. This is the problem with this track. It's quite a good track to defend on. Even though there's multiple lines, if you can just put your car on all the apexes, you will hold the people up behind. If you look at Highfield now, Panda from a 5-second gap to a 3/10 gap off the back of this battle, and he managed to make the move on Highfield. Just seems to lose out through that sweeping left, Highfield does. Meaning he's a little bit too far back in the slipstream to catapult in front through into turn 1. But he's not going to lose the back of this pack whilst they're fighting, so it's not over yet. Attempt number 3. Tried to cut back. Can I make it work around the outside? No, but Panda manages to get his nose up the inside again. Steve-O really being a cork in the road here for these guys on softs behind. Panda manages to get through. Filthy manages to get through. Steve-O's still in the slipstream though, so there's every chance he can fight this one back. Can he make it stick around the outside? That looks deep. Almost. Up to our front runners. Some glass is definitely falling off now on the back of Dad. Dad is on his way to catch Apex. 1 lap to go, 1 second gap. The last lap times are just under a second, but now he's in the slipstream. And the finish line being so far down the start finish straight on the last lap. As long as Dad can keep this distance, this will be his second sprint race victory, I think. Can he make a move work into turn 1, or is he going to have to wait? He's got the fresher tyres than Apex, considerably. Should be able to brake a little bit later. Tenth and a half now. Apex moves over to the left. Dad tries to go right around the outside. Dad's got past. So Apex will try and fight this one back, but I think the tyre offset might be a little bit too much. Steve-O has managed to get back past Filthy as well, so that must be the tyres coming into play, and I think Isaiah is right on the back of Highfield. We'll get to that in a sec. Let's just see if give Dad his moment of glory. I don't think that's going to be enough for Apex to catch even with the slipstream. That Mercedes has such good traction out the corners. So our sprint winner, Dad, again, unfortunately can't do the feature race, which I know he'll be very upset about that. Apex in second, Glassboss in third, Panda, even with a 2-stop, managed to pull into fourth. Steve-O in fifth. Filthy is right on the back of him. Is that going to be enough? No. Filthy in sixth, which is a good drive considering he started from the back. Highfield in seventh, which I'm sure he'll be happy with. Isaiah in eighth. Jay in 9th, Max 10th, Bongo in 11th, Shippo in 12th. Very consistent lap times in the 34s. I just think the pit stop, if he was 30 seconds further up the road without the extra pit stop, that may have been viable. Charger in 13th. And finally, Momo in 14th. So that's it. That's our sprint race. Just quickly go on to the results. So top 7 advance except for Dad and Isaiah, as they can't make the race. So that would mean Apex, Gloss, Panda, Steve-O, Filthy, Highfield, Jay, and Max. Yep, and Max all advanced to the feature race. I'll save that because someone always forgets it. And yeah, I will thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on track in a moment.